Today I'm talking about how to eat for a natural bodybuilder. Capiche? Think capiche. I like the word anyway because I used to, I used to eat in some Italian restaurants, have a lot of Italian friends, and capiche, you understand when we're talking. So anyway, this is very important. Your nitrogen retention, okay, divided by your nitrogen intake. So that means nitrogen floating around your blood, okay, divided by how much you're eating is called your protein utilization. But not everybody can assimilate the same. Some people have acidic stomach. Some people have a alkaline stomach. Some people just don't have good digestion. And some people can't digest large amounts of food or have sensitivities to dairy products or maybe high fiber, high fiber foods. Therefore, when it comes to natural bodybuilding, the best way that I can guarantee you to fail a diet in natural bodybuilding is to follow what the guy in the gym is doing. It's to follow what the guy in the YouTube is doing. That's therefore nothing, absolutely nothing that I say is a recommendation and is to be taken as instruction, but only to be taken as meant to be taken as a guide. So you can see some big bodybuilder over here on YouTube and he's telling you, well, drill, I eat a certain amount of proteins and he's flexing his muscle. What he doesn't tell you is that all important protein utilization, an objective measurement, that tells you if your diet is working to build muscle, the protein utilization, which is the nitrogen retention, what you eat putting inside of you, divided by the nitrogen intake. So, how can you tell that? Well, you have to go to a lab and you have to get your blood work, request specific blood work for how the protein and nitrogen in your blood. You also have to get specific urine test. Urine test, it tells you how much nitrogen or protein you're peeing out. How else are you going to know, you know, if the foods that you're eating, the protein foods you're eating, or the supplements you take are good? So I don't know, people going in and out. This YouTube is funny. I will tell you one thing. At the end of this live, it tells you, oh, blah, blah, blah. You have a certain amount of viewers and a certain amount of view duration. And then you go to your studio, which tells you all the stats, and everything is zero. But anyway, but you have another thing called nitrogen retention divided by your nitrogen loss minus your nitrogen loss. So or let me start this again. Your nitrogen retention divided by your nitrogen minus your nitrogen loss is called the biological value. So what does that all mean? It means that certain foods, certain protein sources have a higher biological value and will be utilized by your body. The food with the highest biological value is eggs, whole eggs, not egg whites, not just egg yolks, but whole eggs. Now we go over to meats. Is chicken and fish and beef the same? No. Out of those three, chicken has a high biological value and will be utilized by your body. Now, talking about vegetarian sources, you have to take into account your pH of your stomach. Now, if you have an alkaline stomach and you're capable of breaking down a lot of fiber easily, like a cow, like cows have two stomachs. Therefore, they can take in grass and eat grass and utilize all the protein. But us humans are not cows. So to expect ourselves to utilize all the plant proteins and convert them into the essential amino acids, which are, like I said, arginine, cysteine, glycine, glutamine, proline, uh, valine, isoleucine, leucine, methionine, phenylalanine, tryptophan, threonine, and lysine. You cannot just expect your body to take in a plant source and convert it into those, because your body may not be able to break down those plants. There's certain plants from vegetables have a high level of phytic acid. They interfere with the absorption of iron. So these are individual matters that you have to take into consideration when forming a diet. You can't just, like I said, blindly follow, what this YouTuber said. You can't follow what I said. This is a guide. You should be using your pencil or pen to write down what I say, look it up, and then apply, then to see what approach works best for you. Approach using what I'm saying, the information I'm saying as a guide. How did I eat? Well, I could tell you I didn't have the best digestion in the world. I still don't. Where competitors were able to wolf down a piece of chicken and a big yam, that didn't work for me. I couldn't digest that. Nope. I would have to take in some amino acids, a little bit of protein powder, a little bit of molasses, and a little bit of flaxseed. That's it. You know, that's all my body can handle. How did I gain muscle? Well, I ate small portions, very important, and I kept the diet simple. I never combined my proteins with a high amount of starch. In fact, most of the time, I combine my proteins with a vegetable, which is typically a green vegetable, and some monounsaturated fat like olive oil. Kept it very simple. I ate the carbs at a separate meal, usually a very simple carb at that. Like potatoes, the only thing that worked for me. Yams didn't, rice didn't. My stomach simply didn't break it down. You have to take in your own body's condition when forming a bodybuilding diet. I couldn't eat like the average Joe, the regular bodybuilder. I probably got like half the protein of your average bodybuilder. Yet I was able to succeed. Why? Here comes another point here that's very important. The point of supplementation. Not all supplements are created equal. You go on if you look at the supplement shelf in any so-called nutrition store, because there are a lot of nutrition stores that really don't like to sell supplements. They just sell mostly organic foods these days because there's so much controversy in the news linked to supplements that most nutrition stores just choose not to carry supplements. So unless you go to, one of these chain stores, GNC, Vitamin Shop, which not at the best because they have generic ingredients, generic manufacturing. They're all made the same, which isn't the best, and could be downright harmful. But I'm going to end this here. I had a lot more to talk about. I don't see anybody's viewing, and my studio stats always saying 0, no matter how long I'm on here. So I just don't understand. I have no way of having feedback. The only reason I'm on here is for you, ladies and gentlemen, but I need the feedback to know that if my live is going through, if my information is getting through. I'll come back on.